That's disturbing.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the 3A Megatron. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. I have to move him off to the side, because this is a very, very large box, as you can see. Just a big profile shot of Megatron's noggin on the side, just the rest of the picture there. On this side of the box, you just have Transformers Retail Edition. On the top of the box, just a Decepticon symbol. On the bottom of the box, you just get Transformers. And on the back of the box, it just says Transformers. And you also get Megatron's tech specs right there, if that interests you. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along here, we have 3A Megatron. Yes, I managed to get my hands on one. Yay! And I'm so happy. Very, very cool figure. Just like Prime, very well done. Just extremely detailed. Looks amazing. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at that face. Look at that face. Oh, that's a face only a mother could hate. Look at that. But super, super detailed. You can see his just kind of jacked up, ripped apart head there. Just like in Dark of the Moon. And just an extremely well done head sculpt. Looks amazing. Tons of detail going on there. Even molded in, you know, some of the, inner workings there of his skull. And yeah, very cool. The paintwork just looks amazing. He just looks, weathered and rusted and just beaten up, as he did in Dark of the Moon. So, yeah, I think they captured that just wonderfully. Just wonderfully. He does have the chains going across his chest. This is a metal chain, and the instructions do show you how to wrap the chain around him. There is a specific way to do it. The instructions go through it step by step. It's really easy to do. But, yeah, he has the chains going around his body. And, again, just all the detail here. Just tons of detail. Like I said, the paintwork on this is amazing. This looks so, so good. Nice abdomen there. His big chunky legs. Just tons of detail going on here. But looks awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Got the tires there on his feet. The wheels do actually roll. And the tires are rubber. Again, just lots of detail going on here. Another tire right there, which can roll. But just, again, really well done. So cool. And just so accurate to his animation model. He does have the holster for his gun back here, which is also nicely painted. It's just a rubber piece just attached to the chain there. Got the smokestacks on his back. It's extremely well done. Let's take a close look at his arms here. He does have that wheel in there, which, again, can roll. It does have the rubber tires. And lots of detail going on again. This little claw right there on that side. He has more of a normal hand on this side. Some jagged pieces. Nope, that chain came undone. Hey, get your chain back on, man. Get your chain back on. It just clip on. But yeah, super, super cool. So let's get him pushed back here. See if we can get him all in shots. But yeah, just really, really cool figure. I love the way this looks. Just so well done in my opinion. So let's talk about articulation. So articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you do get some pretty good wiggly-waggly movement. He can look up very, very slightly. He can look down a bit more rotation-wise. You're not going to get a whole lot of rotation out of his head. That's pretty much as far as it's going to go to either side, just due to the hump on his back here. So that's pretty much all you're going to get as far as rotation goes. The arms can do a full 360. The shoulder piece is also on a ball joint. You can move that around, position how you want. These are a separate piece. They just pop onto the ball joint there. Outward movement. You get about 3 clicks outward, and that's pretty much all the outward movement you're going to get out of the shoulders. right there. He doesn't have any kind of bicep rotation just due to the design of him, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. He does have double jointed elbows, so you can get a nice full range of movement there out of the elbows, which is quite nice. This panel right here, let me come down a little bit. This panel right here on his forearm is on a hinge that can move up and down. The hand is on a ball joint, so you can get some wiggly waggly as well as rotation. Each of his claws can move independently and has a hinge right there. And that finger can move up and down, has a hinge right there. And this one can move up and down as well, has a hinge right there. And these little claws are just joined together and they just move at that axis right there. So you can get some good I'm not going to grab you poses with his weird misshapen claw. So you got that going on. On this side, you have that same range of movement in the arms. You have this panel here that can move up and down. Again, the hand is on a ball joint, so you do get rotation there. And his fingers are articulated, so they can move out. They can move in, and you have a hinge right there. The thumb can move in and out like so, and has a hinge right there, and the other fingers have that same range of movement there. Now, as far as his midsection goes, you can extend his body. It extends at 2 points. It extends here, and it extends right up here, and you just kind of give him a pull, and it's quite tight. There you go. It just kind of clicks up. I think that's it right there. And then for the upper chest again, just have to kind of get a good grip and just kind of pull it up right there. And you can see that that also exposes some molded details in there. But that allows some wiggly waggly movement there in the torso. It gives you a little bit of waist rotation, not a lot. And again, that's just due to his design, because you can see these pieces right here, like they don't clear. I mean, kind of, sort of, but you're not going to get a whole lot of movement out of the waist. But also, this gives him a little bit extra height if you want to be a little bit taller. You know, it gives him a little bit of an ab crunch, a little bit of wiggly waggly there. Now, with the legs can go forward that far, can go back only about that far before things get in the way. Outward, you get about 1, 2, 3 clicks outward. You do have rotation there at the thigh. You do have a knee joint. This section right here is on a spring, so that will accommodate the knee bend, and you can get pretty much a good 90 degrees of bend out of him. If you get this out of the way, you can get an extra click. It's kind of hard to get that out of the way, but you can get about 90 degrees of bend there at the knee, like so. And you do also have these panels here on the feet, which are like spring-loaded for some reason, and can rotate. The feet are on a ball joint. You can extend them. Just pull them down like that. And the feet are just on a big ball joint there. So you have some up and down movements, and you have some ankle tilt there. And also can give him a little bit of extra height if you want him to have a little bit of extra height. So just extend those feet down like that. They just click into place. There you go. That makes him a little bit taller as well. So there you have all of the articulation. Oh, and also some extra little bits that move if we come up here. Back to the shoulders, these little panels back here on the back of his shoulders are on hinges. They can move because reasons, I don't know, but they move. You can do something with those if you want to. But yeah, there you pretty much have all of his articulation. Not superposable, but the funny thing about these figures is that they have made me realize something that I already kind of knew, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. And I think his chain, this chain came undone. Get this back where it was. Sometimes they just come off the clips when you're moving them around. But once you get them in place, they do stay. It's just me handling him. I'm just kind of knocking them off the little clips there. But yeah, so there you go. Now, as far as weaponry goes, he has his big old shotgun right here, which, just like the rest of the figure, is just very nicely done. Nicely painted, nicely detailed. Looks really good. Really, really good. So you can see there. Looks quite nice. Very cool. And if you want, you can holster this on his back. You just take it and just slide it through like that, and it holds that nice and snug and secure on his back if you wish. But if you want him actually holding a shotgun, you can just take it and just put it into his hand. Let's come down here a bit. And this doesn't like tab in or peg in any way. This just relies totally on the friction of the fingers, but it does hold it pretty securely. So you just kind of get that in his hand, wrap his fingers around it like that. Just kind of get a nice tight grip on it, and there you go. You can hold his shotgun. So it's not a super tight grip, but he holds it well enough. Considering it's relying on the friction of a very oddly shaped hand, he actually holds it pretty well. Now we'll just come back up here to the top floor because he does have a light up gimmick. If we come back here to the back of his head, come up here, there's this little panel that you pop off, and right in there is the battery compartment. It takes 3 AG1 batteries that are not included. You will have to get the batteries yourself. And then you just pop them in and just pop this panel back on. It just pegs in, and there's a little switch right there. And when you turn it on, the chain came undone again. Turn it on, and you get some little red LEDs in his eyeballs right there. That's pretty cool. So get his eyes glowing a nice red. So yeah, pretty cool. That's pretty much all you get as far as light up features go. This chain likes to come off that cliff. You stay where I tell you to stay. But there you go. So there you have that. And let's get down to some comparisons here. Now right now I have his body totally extended. I have the feet extended. I have his waist extended here. Get him standing up straight here. Actually, we'll put him on this side. And we will bring in the 3A Prime. So you can see these two side by side, and they look very, very, very good together. So good together. Yeah, I like that. I like that very much. Actually, let me see if I can get these guys back a little bit further. Try to get this all in shot here. Let's see. That's a bit better. There we go. There we go. As you can see, they just look so good together. Very, very cool. I love these. I love these so much. So there he is with the 3A Prime. And here he is with the Voyager, Dark of the Moon, Megatron. There you go. It's just a little precious thing. Look at him. He's so precious. Oh, like a little baby. Anyway, there you have that. And here he is with my oversized knockoff Voyager Megs. Just so you can see how they look next to one another. So, there you have that. So yeah, that is pretty much all there is to talk about with 3A's Megatron. Again, a really cool figure. I'm loving these. I'm loving them. I've really become a fan of these figures. I'm absolutely loving them. But as I was mentioning earlier, these figures have made me realize something that I kind of already knew, and that is that if these robots were actually real, they really wouldn't be able to move that much. And these figures are kind of a testament to that. I know people are probably complaining about the limitation in some of the joints, but you have to realize that that is due to the design of the robot itself. To make it as screen accurate as it is, real-world physics then comes into play, and things just can't move as much as they do in the movies because CGI can cheat. Like one prime example, no pun intended, but one prime example in Dark of the Moon, that scene right when Sentinel gets revived and he knocks Prime down onto his back. Like, if you haven't noticed this, go back and watch that scene. When Prime is getting back up, you can actually see his leg like phase through his body as he's getting up. So that right there tells you, yeah, if these robots were real, Optimus would be laying on his back like, Ironhide, get over here and help me up. You know, he really wouldn't actually be able to get up due to the actual limitations of his body if real-world physics were in place. So the CGI definitely helps them out a lot with how much they can move in the movies. So while it does suck that some of the joints don't move as much as you would want them to, as much as you would like them to, I get it, because, you know, to make them as screen accurate as physically possible, it is going to hinder the joints just due to the robot mode design itself. So it is what it is. And another thing about these figures, I know there are people who don't like Transformers that don't transform. Hey, that's fine. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. That's how opinions work. Hey, it's all good. You know, you're not wrong. Me, personally, I'm an equal opportunity Transformers collector. I can buy Transformers that do transform, and I have no problem buying Transformers that don't transform, especially if they look this good. I have no problem with this not transforming because it looks amazing, and I absolutely adore it. And while we do have this, that does transform, this is not what he looked like in the movie. That's what he looked like in the movie. For the sake of a toy that actually transforms, they had to make him look not so screen accurate. And, and that's 3A's MO. Like, they do not engineer Transformers. They make action figures. That's what this is. They are making just a highly detailed, highly accurate representation of his robot mode. This is all it is intended to be, and that's all that it is. And again, if you don't like that, that's fine. That is totally fine. You have your tastes, you have your preferences. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But hey, I mean, if you want a Megatron this big that does transform, I mean, you can just go on Sir Toys and just buy one of these big knockoffs. This transforms, you know. Hey, you got options if you want one this big that does transform. But yeah. But me personally, I am absolutely loving these. I am hooked on these, which is really bad because this is an expensive rabbit hole to go down, especially if you're hunting these down on the aftermarket. It's definitely an expensive rabbit hole to go down. But I'm loving these. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on these. When I have the chance, I am going to get the Starscream because that is still readily available for retail price. So yay. And as I said in the 3A Prime review, I do have the Last Night Prime on pre-order. I'm probably going to get the Bumblebee too. I haven't put down a pre-order for it, but I probably will end up putting down a pre-order for their Bumblebee as well because that looks really good too. Yeah, they just look really, really good. I am really enjoying these, but yeah, there you go. That's pretty much all there is to say about this, guys. So, this particular figure is pretty much sold out everywhere, at least sold out everywhere I looked. I got this guy off eBay. I did pay more for him than I wanted to, but this was actually the cheapest one that I could find. This guy is going for quite a hefty price on the aftermarket, but, you know, if you can find a good deal, try to find a good deal. But yeah, all in all though, still happy to have it. You can check out BigBadToyStore.com for other 3A products. There will be a link to their site in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my Transformers Movie Toys playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the 3A Megatron, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Where would you be without me, Prime? Time to find out. And then I ripped his head off. You know what? Best decision I ever made. How do you keep getting in here? Didn't I kill you?